and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since the mid-70s, 1975 as a matter of fact. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. In obituary news this morning, funeral service for Kimberly Gasper will be Saturday. A visitation is today, and that will be over at Curtis & Son Funeral Home and the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga. Curtis & Son Funeral Home directing the funeral service for Kimberly Gasper. In other obituary news this morning, Judith Goodgame Potter died Tuesday, May the 10th. The family plans a celebration of life and legacy at Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City. That will be today, visitation at 9:30 till 11, followed by a graveside service at 11:30 at Valley Hill Cemetery. Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City directing the service for Judith Goodgame Potter. DeAndre Davis funeral service will be held over at Liberty Christian Church in Harpersville on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Burial in the Bakers Grove Church Cemetery in Vincent. Visitation is today, 1 until 7 at the funeral home. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing the funeral service of DeAndre Davis. It'll be Saturday, May the 14th, 2 o'clock at Liberty Christian Church in Harpersville. Visitation for Ann Wilson Gill, age 86, of Sylacauga, will be this morning, 10 until 11 o'clock at Radley Smith Funeral Home, followed by a funeral service in the chapel at 11 a.m. In lieu of flowers, Ann's wishes were that you give donations to the Valley View Church of God. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery, 1501 Talladega Highway, Sylacauga, Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Ms. Annie Calhoun, age 90, will be noon Saturday, and that will be at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church. Visitation is 1 until 7 today at the funeral home, Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. And funeral arrangements will be announced for Verlander Bettis, who passed away earlier this week. Those arrangements through Curtis & Son Funeral Home in Sylacauga. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg presents a look at obituaries each morning here on Daybreak Live.